Jordan Henderson has left Liverpool FC after a glorious 12 years, nearly 500 appearances, 33 goals, and a not too shabby 8 trophies. Everyone at Liverpool wishes him well. Most people do anyway. I do. I'm so grateful for the service that he brought to the team, captaining it for the last 8 years. He's divided opinion, not just between Liverpool fans, but just football fans in general. That can be England fans who don't think he should have been in the England team. Even some Liverpool fans don't think he was the strongest member of the squad, which I find it unbelievable considering he's captained us to pretty much every trophy. In fact, not pretty much, every trophy. He's won the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, League Cup, Charity Shield, the Super Cup, the World Club Cup, to name the most prestigious trophies of them all. But yeah, look, he's left under a bit of a cloud, obviously with his comments and his feelings towards the LGBTQ, whatever that is. He was a backer wearing the rainbow laces, especially at the World Cup out in Qatar and stuff. But to me, none of that matters. At the end of the day, he's 33 years old. He knows he's coming towards the end of his career. I'm not saying he was edging towards retirement, but if you look at Steven Gerrard, he retired, I think, when he was 35. Henderson's 33 now. His time in the squad would have been a bit part role, a bit like the James Milner has been for the last couple of years. He knows he won't be starting week in, week out. He might be limited to 10, 15 Premier League appearances if everyone's fit, injuries permitting. So he kind of knew the writing was on the wall. And, you know, when this kind of opportunity comes around to earn this type of money, his family, not just his family, but his grandkids will never work a day in their life if they choose to. It's literally setting him up for life. So, you know, I don't hold it against him for going. At the end of the day, pretty much anyone else would do the same. And once you've won it all like he has, at the age of 33, what else is there to win? I'm not sure if Jurgen Klopp would have had a word with him saying that his game time would have been curtailed a little bit next season, and that played a part in his thinking. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, he's gone now. I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd get a fee for him in the region of a reported £12 million at 33 years old. I didn't. And at the end of the day, we've all been saying that the midfield needs this rebuild. And, you know, you've got to put Henderson in that category with Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita, Milner, who's left. You know, he's part of this ageing midfield. Thiago is a year younger than him at 32. There's rumours that he'll be leaving as well. Fabinho might be leaving. It just seems like the perfect time. Because at the end of the day, Steven Gerrard is the manager out at Ettifaq now. So who knows if he would still be there in 12 months' time. So it was a little bit of now or never with the money on the table. But listen, what a player. When Kenny Dalglish signed him in 2011, he was, I think, 21 years old. And he was at the start of his career doing big things at Sunderland. And he come in at a tough time. Dalglish didn't have the best time in the 11-12 season. But Henderson stuck in there. He had a lot of doubters back then. And when you hear from Henderson himself, he was struggling big time back then. He had a bit of a run-in with Suarez as well. Suarez was kind of mugging him off, making him feel like he wasn't good enough to be in the same team. And even Brendan Rodgers, when he came in, Brendan Rodgers didn't fancy him. I think the first 10 games, Henderson didn't start any. There's the now infamous time where Rodgers tried to get rid of Henderson in a part exchange for Clint Dempsey. I think every Liverpool fan can join me in thanking the heavens that didn't go through. Can you imagine we swapped a 22-year-old Henderson for I think Clint Dempsey might have been 29 or 30, and look where his career took him after Fulham, pretty much nowhere, 1-0. But Henderson rejected the move. He wanted to stay and fight for his place, and look how it turned out for him and us. He ended up being an integral part of that title charge in 2013-14. Nearly took us to the league. Some say that him getting banned after getting sent off against Man City was the end of our title charge. We'll never know. We'll never know. He obviously didn't play against Chelsea or Crystal Palace. We dropped points in both of them and ultimately lost the league. But listen, he nearly won the league with us 13-14, should have won the league with us in 18-19, did win the league in 19-20, nearly done the quadruple with us, captain us 21-22, won a European Cup along the way, like I just said, won the league. So he's had a glittering career. Why does he polarise opinion between fans so much? There's obviously that infamous time when he was on the cover of FIFA, I think it was FIFA 18, was it, or FIFA 19? A lot of people saying he wasn't good enough to be on the front cover of FIFA, but, you know, he earned it at the end of the day. He's an England regular. He was on title charges with Liverpool, an integral part, the Liverpool captain. For me, he deserved to be there. He earned the plaudits. Why the negative from so many fans, England or opposition fans, and even some Liverpool fans? Maybe he doesn't get enough goals, assists, but Liverpool's strength in these title charges, when you think of 13-14, and then from 2018 to 2022, was based on the front three. If you've got a ridiculous front three that are just bagging goals for fun, power, pace, movement, you do need industrious midfielders, box-to-box midfielders that can set the traps and back up the press. And that's exactly what Henderson does in abundance. He done that so well with the likes of Gini Wijnaldum, and back in 13-14 he had Gerrard at the base with Coutinho on the other side, or sometimes Joe Allen. But yeah, look, underrated. It feels a bit silly calling him underrated when he's bagged 8 trophies in 12 years, because he can't be underrated when he's got the accolades and the trophies to show for it. But he dreamed what he could achieve as a Liverpool captain, and he done it. He achieved it. He done what Gerrard couldn't in winning a league. So, you know, he goes away with his head held high, proved any doubters wrong, in my opinion. Some say he stayed a year or two too long. Again, we'll never know. For me, his peak years were 2018 to 2020. So the age of 28 to 30, that was his absolute peak. I used to call him Andrea Pirlo. His ball retention was ridiculous. His lung best in runs, box to box, covering the space, allowing Trent to get forward, being part of that 3-pronged right-hand side with Salah and Trent. It was just unplayable for a couple of years, and it was incredible. But obviously, when you get to the age of 33 and your biggest attribute is your lungs getting box to box, obviously you're going to see a bit of a fall off, which we did, arguably. And like I say, moving forward with this midfield rebuild, in an ideal world, Henderson wouldn't be a part of that. So it makes sense for everyone for him to leave with his head held high. And I'm sure all Liverpool fans, or the majority, would join me in wishing him and his family all the best. And I'll obviously be keeping an eye out on the Saudi Arabian League, as most will, because so many ballers have gone there. But obviously for him and Gerrard, we'll be keeping an eye. I hope they're both a massive success out there, and I can't wait to see how they do. And I'm particularly interested to see if Henderson is handed the captain's armband straight out there, just like Cristiano Ronaldo was. I predict he will be. Obviously, he's going to be the leading light for this team out in Saudi Arabia, Al Ettifaq. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But Jordan, thank you for an amazing 12 years. Wish you all the best. And of course, you'll never walk alone. Don't forget, if you've made it this far, to like and subscribe to Onto the Ball for me and Travis for the next videos. See you in the next one.
Header. But Gerrard! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What